Hi, my name is Dondeena Bradley, and I'm honored to share what's on my heart regarding mental health and overall well-being. And I just want to thank you for creating the space for these important and timely topics. And first, I just want you to know I take mental health very seriously. And it's probably one of the hardest things for me to do is to look into a camera, seeing no faces and not really feeling you or seeing you, to have empathy for you and shape my words and my heart. Personally, I've experienced tremendous loss and grief, which has taken its own personal toll on me. And so I really kind of draw from that when I offer these types of techniques or rituals, and, you know, the seriousness of it. But it ultimately required for me to ask for help. And so I want you to know that these aren't taken lightly, and it's not necessarily just thrown in there as, oh, try this or try that, but I take it very seriously. Second is, just know that anxiety rises in the face of uncertainty. And our daily lives right now are anything but normal. And we talk about it as a new normal or a better normal. But I'm asking you to be vigilant about anxiety. Be vigilant about anxiety and its importance. And if it is impairing your ability to do your work, to sleep, or to take care of yourself or your family, please ask for help. There's no shame in asking for help. And finally, my wish for each of you is that you have your own toolbox for shifting anxiety and for feeling good and being present every day. I have just been given the gift of having that opportunity to collect ancient rituals, which I put together in this book that was informed by many different people in different walks of life. And that's enabled me to kind of draw on tinctures or aromatherapy or other ways to make me feel better, starting my day every morning with lemon water that wakes up my liver, or even having celery juice almost every day. And that may not be for you, but it was for me just signals that reminded me about the importance of my body, my mind, and the connection between the two of them, and that's breath. So my hope is that a few of these practices that we'll go through, and hopefully you'll just feel comfortable to take some time and set aside what might be happening in your world and just allow yourself to engage, even if it's just one or two of them, with the hope that it helps you feel better and that you'll see something that you can draw into your daily practice. Frankly, when I take better care of myself, when I put on that oxygen mask first, it's become contagious, and with me and my friends, and hopefully it'll empower others to take better care of themselves and monitor the anxiety that's in our lives. So let's start building the toolbox. So too much stress can literally and figuratively hurt and harden our heart. Do not let it. Let's be vigilant about bridging our mind and body with some rituals for your toolbox. The first ritual that I'd love to just explore with you is what I call a simple breath IQ. So imagine in your mind, you're thinking, oh my gosh, there's so many things going on. I'm so distracted. I cannot focus. This is the perfect time for breath IQ. Quiet your mind and notice your breath, and begin by inhaling deeply and internally saying the word so. So should be going through your mind as you're taking deep inhales of breath. So And as you exhale, what I want you to do is say to yourself, hum. So inhale, you're saying so. And on the exhale, you're saying hum. On the inhale, I'm saying so. And on the exhale, I'm saying some. And do this practice every day and extend the amount of time. But importantly, remember it's about clearing your mind and being present. And it's a way for me to steady myself and stay calm. And this idea of practice of intentionally saying the same words over and over in our mind gives us something that we can hold on to while we stay focused on the ritual. And if your mind wanders, it's okay. However, this practice is to help us focus and be present. So, hum. And those words will start to signal and help you more closely monitor your breath as a tool for helping you stay connected, your body and your mind. We're talking about techniques for your toolbox that can help you manage your energy. And often we focus on clearing out the chakras, different places in our bodies where energy just naturally collects. And if we aren't moving, eating, breathing, sleeping, all of these cycles of motion, energy, inform and support each other, which sometimes I feel like we focus either on let's get 7 or 8 hours of sleep, or we forget to eat breakfast and we don't have enough fuel and we become short. Like, notice about energy that the most important thing that you can do to continue to support a constant flow of energy is pay attention to your breathing, to your eating, to your moving, and to your sleeping. And think about that as a holistic cycle. But this technique is also important. I call it the judge-free zone. And this is about being responsible for the energy that I put out into the world and for the energy that I choose to take in. As an individual who has a lot of empathy for people and helping people with various problems, even in the listening with each other, sometimes I am quick to overthink or even jump to solution to help. And so with this one, this technique is called listening without judgment. So as you're listening to me, or pick a speaker throughout this week and just listen without judgment, and notice if judgment pops in, and notice what that is, and notice while you're listening what happens to jump in, and think about each word and the message behind the word and what's being delivered. And if you have an opportunity to use this practice with someone that you talk to on a daily basis, like a coworker, or less frequently, use this as a way to repeat back that message that you heard and ask if it was accurate. And the whole purpose of this is about acceptance and conveying understanding. And when you convey understanding with each other, that helps the flow of the energy of the team in working together. There are hundreds or so hand gestures that are found in ancient practices and are a go-to when thinking about shifting your energy or your overall mood. And hand gestures have emerged as a field of science in which each finger represents a fundamental element in our body. And when our fingers are positioned in a certain way, it's believed that it can influence the flow of energy in the body. And I certainly have enjoyed getting to kind of experiment a little bit with hand gestures in my toolbox, because for me, I've used hand gestures and continue to use hand gestures as a signaling my body or myself to be prepared for what might be coming next. So let's start with one that I call self-assurance hand gesture. Sometimes in my head, I'll tell myself stories that aren't so helpful. Why do I keep second guessing myself? I know I can do this. What is that doubt in my mind? And in this case, this is a simple hand gesture where you hold up all of your 5 fingers and you touch the tip of your thumb and your ring finger, and you keep the other fingers relaxed. And you just hold this gesture for 2 to 3 minutes. And who doesn't need a little pick-me-up throughout the day? This hand gesture increases stability, it enhances self-assurance. And I know when I'm in my zone, I feel like I can accomplish just about anything. So I use this as a boost to remind myself that everything that I need is inside me. Know that everything that you need is inside of you. And these hand gestures are an effective way to move the energy through the body. With the patience signal, I like to take both hands and again, the middle finger to the thumb, and just notice how easily or not easily the 3 fingers want to line up. And sometimes I'll just slightly stretch them a little bit and feel that stretch. Again, patience, right? And when are you most likely to lose your patience? Is it when your plans are interrupted? Sometimes when we're overwhelmed with this long list of things that we need to get done. Whatever triggers you, I would stop and just take a couple minutes to bring awareness to the need for patience. Take a few slow, deep breaths, and you can see I'm trying to calm my mind and also get my fingers to also calm down a little bit and work with me a little on this one with patience. So what does this mean for you? And how can you take any of this back to your own life and your own work? I observed time and time again that what really works might be easy to say, but in practice, it's harder to do. And I think we instinctively know that our body requires this consistent care and attention, and yet we need to pay as much attention to our mind as we do to our body. And in fact, we need to ensure that our mind and our body are connected. And a few years ago, I think that might have sounded strange, but more and more, we know what connects our body and our mind. It's our breath. So in closing, my hope is that a few of these practices that we experience today will enable you to create or refresh your own toolbox that you can use every day. And please, take this very seriously. We all can't undermine the effect that stress and anxiety has on our body and our mind. And just know that your breath is there to connect your body and your mind. And don't underestimate that anxiety does rise in the face of uncertainty. And while that starts to feel normal, and what you'll normalize that given just what's happening in our daily lives, I want you to do what you can do to really think about your patterns and being able to work effectively, have a good night's sleep, taking care of yourself, and know that your toolbox is there. If If you want, please check out my website at dondeena.com. And my book has over 50 rituals that hopefully can help you in these uncertain but important times.